Now, best to follow instructions of a library sprite. Reclining my bed, I stare at the sack dropped by a Wendigo. There's not much to say about it, it's just a dirty old sack. It doesn't look mass-produced. I examine the sack from every angle, but it reveals nothing of interest. No bloodstains or school messages. But Suoh wouldn't give me useless intel. I hold the cards. She wouldn't send me on a wild goose chase. I hold fabric in one hand and flap it around absent-mindedly. Effectively squeeze my eyes shut as bits of dirt and debris fall from the sack and land on my upturned face. What the heck? Picking up one of the bits that land on my bed, I murmur to myself. A leaf? It's hard to tell since the pieces are so small, but it seems to be a mix of soil and plant scraps. Close examination of the bits of stalk, skin and leaves leads me to the conclusion they come from vegetables. Wendigo's a vegetable thief? My cynical smirk splits my features. No. Looking a regular old person, remember? If they're stealing vegetables, there's a reason for him to have a sack. Still, and please take another good look at it. I haven't examined it thoroughly enough yet. I open my sack and probe inside. It's dirty, bits of the same sort and debris clinging to fabric. Yup, I was stealing vegetables alright. Being a bit of a clean freak, I'm loath to do so, but I steel myself and reach a hand inside to feel around. I missed it the first time I checked it over, thinking it was all dirt and detritus. But sure enough, there were more vegetable scraps. Spurred on by my underclassman's words, I forced myself to run my fingers over the mudded fabric, making sure I haven't missed anything else. What's this? Mud has probably stuck to the fabric when it's damp here. When it's dried and flaked off. Blood? There's a dark stain that stands out against the various browns of dirt and mud. As I run my finger over it, I can almost see the puzzle pieces slotting together in my mind. So that's how it is. The riddle set for me by a sprite of a library has brought all pieces into one place. Now it's time to try to pin down the origin of a wandering Wendigo woods. I've concluded the person behind the incident and reaction just happened to line up with one of the 7 mysteries, so if I scrutinise the information I've gleaned so far, the culprit should be revealed. There are 2 main pieces to a puzzle. One identified by Suoh, and one that I discovered. The first piece is stain of a sack. That sack is big enough to hold a person. The sack is white, that's irrelevant, and mixed with vegetables. It's vegetables and stain. Now she said there's one bit which Suoh and one which she discovered. So I'm thinking the first one is with vegetables. And the second piece is the stain. There's a thing that occurred in the Agakikun's room that's related to something else that happened in the academy while I was laid up in bed with a cold. There was a bit of half-eaten vegetable strewn around the scene which connects the Wendigo incident to a seemingly unrelated activity. That activity? Well, the pranking is kind of pointless. How enough to prank somebody by putting vegetables in a bag? A cover-up? Well, if you're trying to cover up stealing vegetables, we're not doing a very good job at it. What else are you trying to cover up? Could be recycling with scraps. That's right. The truth has been playing out in plain sight. An activity so mundane, no one will give it a second thought. Final thing that's been on mind is Sister Basket's response. The choral contest will not be cancelled. That's what a true meaning we can read into a line. The show will go on because if she knows the culprit, or she knows the truth. I don't think she's being threatened, but she knows. I don't think she's the culprit. She knows who the culprit is. I run from my reasoning once more to check on it all fits together properly. The conclusion I arrived at seems way too simple. So it's an answer I couldn't have been reached without all the right puzzle pieces. Until now, I've been trying to put together the odd pieces handed to me here and there. Only Suoh would be capable of completing it under these constraints. Like Yagaki-kun, I need a full picture to coax out the answer. Now then, it's just like with Shapeshifter. First I have to get a testimony, then as I gaze up at the ceiling, wondering how I'm going to put a lid on this, I think of her. It's the dead of night. The lobby sits silent. It feels like me and the fish swimming quietly in their tanks are the only living creatures of the world. The silence is so oppressive that a persistent high buzzing noise fills my ears. Faint, but impossible to ignore. But Yaegaki-kun would just left things as they were. Heard about Yaegaki-kun's efforts from Neri and the Sasaki's. She probably needs remoulding this incident to suit her own needs. However, Suoh-kun is okay with that. If she who sought the truth is concealing it, then surely for another's sake rather than her own. Maybe I should have taken a leaf out of Yaegaki-kun's book. A bit late to be thinking about now and what he called her out here. And yet, see my best friend's face in my mind's eye, followed by my father's and mother's. So I'm wondering why that is, all of a sudden. You're stealthy on your feet. Seeing a silhouette appear in the glass of my fish tank, I slowly turn around. She's standing there, her skin blushed like a rose, hair bright blonde, dressed in a white robe. She regards me with melancholy eyes. I apologise for cutting you out here so late at night, sister. Not at all. You must have something important to discuss. She looks nervous. Of course she does, because I know her secret. Yes, very important indeed. I'm sure you already know, Sister Basket. Regret glistens in her eyes, but I'll spare her that. I'll discover her true identity with wandering Wendigo over woods. You mean? But it was an intruder? No, not just that. You already know, don't you? Know what? The identity of a Wendigo. That's why you're so adamant that the concert would proceed. Silence descends between us. Are you saying that I'm Wendigo? Ignoring her, I'm going to ask if she's heard any recent reports of vegetables being stolen. No, I haven't received such any reports. Or maybe we just bypassed the Council of Nicaea and gone straight for faculty. Looks like that wasn't the case. She must have been giving it the broken and leftover ones then. What are you talking about? As I gaze into the curtained windows of her eyes, I preface my explanation by telling her that which was told to me in confidence. A few weeks ago, some students found an injured raccoon near his dormitories. They cared for some fed vegetables from the allotments. Oh. They were slowly recovering under their care. However, they were discovered by a staff member before it was completely healed. Having pets in the dorms was forbidden, and so, following the rules, the staff member released the creature back into the woods. I came to her, however. Due to her kind nature, she couldn't bring herself to just abandon this poor animal. Wasn't just yet healed. So she could have on herself to bring food and medicine to the woods at a set time each day. Sister Basket is looking down at the floor. Pick up the sack that is set next to the aquarium and show it to her. This room with a Wendigo in the woods is described as a fast-moving white shadow. The rest students see the shadow must have spotted a white sack between the gaps in the trees. She filled a white sack with vegetables. Exactly. When imagining me inside, I found remnants. She really is a kind person. At this, Sister Basket lifts her head, a glimmer in her golden eyes. Mia, you know everything, don't you? Yes, you're right. No. You're covering with someone. She's still trying to take the fall herself, but it's already too late for that. I divulged the name of a Wendigo. The real wandering Wendigo of the woods is Mother Katabami. Of course it is. I mean, she's a character who's basically been introduced in the last couple of arcs. Has been declared to be very kind despite looking stern. Dorma Katabami? At first I thought it may be you because you're one who told the students to off keeping the animals in the first place. I already heard from the students in question. Rest I deduced from the evidence. But it was the Dorma Katabami who cared for it after that. How can you be so sure of that? Because she has more free time than you. The dormitories are closer to the forest than the rest of the school buildings. Of course, that's not the only reason. Do you notice anything in particular about this sack? Takes it a proffered item from me and the expression goes even sadder. It's not a regular mass-produced sack. Dorma Katabami made this herself. How do you know? Take a look inside that dark stain. That's coffee. She repeats the word back to me. When I was hanging out in the Agakikun's room a little while ago, she accidentally spilled coffee on her bed sheets. Agakikun took them to Dorma Katabami to dispose of. She happens to be good at throwing things away, so good at sewing. Of course you think of a way to recycle them. Perhaps into a bag of which to gather vegetables. After a long pause in which she stares intently at the coffee stain, Sister Basket lets out a long sigh. Looks like I can't sneak past you, Miss Yatsushiro. It's only a white lie. I didn't sit right next. Didn't sit right to me when he called it out. God only knows if since you cooperated, as far as I'm concerned, was the end of it. She tenses momentarily at the mention of God. Will you tell? There's no need to tell everyone. Oh, but as I said before, this is merely a formality for me. This incident has an effect of a court contest, and I don't particularly want to turn it into a bigger deal when it is. I had an internal addendum. Really. Just don't want to tarnish that song I sung together with Neri when we were young. Please tell Dorma Katabami not to feed the animal anymore. Considering how long it's been, it would basically be fully healed by now. And why is that? Yeah, so long as the cool contest goes ahead without a hitch, I'm happy. The rumours of Wendigo should fizzle out soon enough. Has she sensed my true motivations? The sack still clutched in her hand. Sister Basket makes a sign of a cross, bows politely, then leaves the labyrinth behind. I let out a long sigh. I'm more exhausted than I'd realised. Confronting someone like so myself has taken a toll. Like Agakikun's heavy flow. When I smiled into a fish tank, they fled away from me. My father always brought his aquarium with him no matter how many times we moved. What did you think about it as he gazed at the bright fish and billowing seaweed? Slowly closed my eyes, allow myself to melt into a deafening darkness. The high-pitched buzzing in my ears gradually fades away into nothing. Alone in that silent space, I find myself desperately missing my mother. I have no idea what I would say to her if she was here. Next, we'll start with sopranos. I don't think your other groups get a slack off. Please listen carefully and think about how best to harmonise with them. Everyone courses in an okay. Even Noah's fired up about it. A result of a Wendigo incident, and like a shrewd loan shark, time has taken what it's accordingly owed. Water comes in like a lamb and leaves like a lion. Isn't it spring which comes in like a lion? The mild temperatures are gone, replaced by a chill that stings your skin the moment you step outside. The cool, sharp scent of early winter bristling your nose. Okay, please stop for a moment. Wakamiya-san. It's like out of key. Try focusing on your own singing, don't worry about everyone else. Wendigo hasn't been seen since then. The chord contest is able to go on without a hitch. As I advised Sister Basket to tell her, Dorma Wakatamami stopped feeding the animal. As such, rumours of Wendigo fizzled out. About further sightings of a white shadow, people are also lost interest in going out into the forest at sunset to look for it. At the height of autumn, I can enjoy the colourful leaves at the same time. Now the winter's approaching, though, fewer students are inclined to go wandering around in the cold woods. That was a pretty boring conclusion, really, Gaggy-kun and co. That ragtag bunch must have figured out the true identity of a Wendigo somehow or another. I stopped talking about it after a certain point. I knew Suoh-kun already had, but... Ringo Sasaki-kun. Thinking of the girls who first told me of the rumours, my heart grows heavy. Someone responded to a confession and... Yuzuriha? What's up, Noe? Is it our turn? Leaning the altos, I throw a smile at her, but look as she returns as dubious. I thought we'd take a little break. I see. But I still want to work on the duet tomorrow, so do you think you can help me practice? Her smile is a picture of innocence. If I'm going to face Ringo-kun, I'm going to have to face my own feelings for Neri too. The realisation hits me as she takes me by the hand. So we're going to miss her. We're playing baseball, or... We'll see. Next episode. Bye-bye.